Welcome back to the Monogram Hearth Oven. We're in the kitchen answering the very important question today. Can you bake a cake in this thing? Well, I've been experimenting and I think I've got the answer. Let's get started.
Appliance Factory and Mattress Kingdom, the nation's largest discount appliance dealer. Visit our website for deals and store locations near you.
So we're gonna bake a cake. I went ahead and got some cake mix. Let's whip that together. I've got some water and oil. A couple eggs. Now, we all know that the passionate home cook, we always crack our eggs one-handed. Now, when using store-bought cake mix, it is important, as a passionate home cook, to add your own ingredients. So I'm adding some pineapple. You know, sometimes I add raisins, but quite frankly, a raisin is just a grape that's sad that it's not wine. So we're gonna do some pineapple, some shredded carrots, and some walnuts. I hope you guys are picking up what I'm putting down here. I'm going for a carrot cake, which is my favorite kind of cake. Be careful not to overmix. Awesome. Here we go. I prefer to grease and flour my cake pans. Why risk it? I also like that the flour gives the cake a nice little crust on the outside as well. Beautiful. I'm really happy with that. Okay. Let's zip over to the Monogram oven and let me tell you folks about what I discovered about baking a cake in this oven. Now, the Monogram Hearth Oven, hopefully you've been tuning in to all the videos we've made about this oven. It's important to remember that this is an open hearth oven, so it's really designed to have a convection and flow through of new hot air at all times. And what that does is it gives you that nice crust on pizza. It gives you that deep, dark, roasted flavor on vegetables and potatoes. But without having a door that shuts, it's not as accurate for baking. So what I've discovered is, even though the recipe calls for 350 on this, I feel that 650 on both the dome, which is that top number, and the stone on the bottom number is as accurate as possible for this particular oven. They call this a companion oven, so it's not really designed to do everything a standard oven can do, but it's meant to supplement your standard wall oven or your oven in your range. Now you'll note that I've got the cake pan up here on a rack, and that is to prevent the cake from burning on the bottom on that stone, because there's so much heat coming from that stone, 650 degrees. Now the recipe called for 45 minutes. I like to set a timer for around half that time and then double check. I'm gonna do 35 minutes just to be safe. Next, rotate food off, final check, no. Done alarm, done, start. Okay, we'll keep an eye on this periodically, and then when this comes out, we'll let it rest, and we're gonna see, can you bake a cake? Is it cake? Stay tuned and we'll find out. Okay, friends. Ooh, it actually looks perfect. I think 30 minutes is gonna do it. So in 2 minutes and 17 seconds, let's pull it out and let it cool. Here's a quick tip to tell doneness of your cake. You saw I was touching the hot knife to my lip to make sure it was warm on the inside or hot on the inside. If you have an instant read thermometer, plunge it into your cake, your bread, You want to be right around 198 degrees. That'll guarantee that whatever you're baking is done. This looks done. It certainly feels hot enough. We're going to let it cool for a few minutes, get a layer of frosting on it, and then of course the hard work of tasting it. Before I unmold this cake, I need you to do something for me. Click the subscribe button. Why don't you click the like button? Leave a comment. We love that. Okay, here we go. Just gonna unmold this. It's gonna help it cool off. It's really pulling away from the edge, which is what you want. Okay, this is hot, but I'm gonna use my pot holder hands. And voila. Just a little bit of sticking right there. Looks wonderful. You know what? I can't wait. I gotta taste it right now. This is what we call in a professional kitchen Scooby snack. It's critical to have little snacks to share with your fellow cooks. Delicious. I tell you, the crumb is just right. You couldn't tell that this wasn't baked in a conventional oven. We'll let this cool. We're gonna make it look pretty. And guess what? I think we're gonna pull this off. In the interest of time, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this into cake bites. Let's take a look. It's very soft because it's still hot. Ideally, we would let this cool, for an hour or two before we cut into it. But what we're doing here is really illustrating that yes, you can indeed bake a cake. It came out moist, full crumb. We got the full rise out of this, and it looks really nice. I would say this is on par with anything I pulled out of a standard oven. And that surprises me because the Monogram engineers, I doubt they engineered their pizza oven to do all of the things that we've been doing in it, like baking cake now. If you haven't watched, cooking steaks and chicken and vegetables. Some of these settings are on the control panel, but there's no cake setting. So can you use this companion oven as an oven for baking cake? Well, I'd say in a pinch, yes. Or if you want to do what I'm doing and pushing the limits of this appliance and seeing what can be done, then why not? 650 degrees stone, 650 degrees dome. Make sure you have a rack. And yeah, glass. I put glass in the Monogram pizza oven all the time. Haven't had a problem with this. This is a high quality Pyrex tempered glass, so it's very heat resistant. Am I worried about the glass breaking? No. The first couple times I put it in there, I kind of crossed my fingers, but I've had that glass tray in there when I've been roasting things at a really high temperature. Hasn't been an issue. All right, don't mind me. I'm going to get a little bit of frosting on a couple of these pieces of cake. But I'm going to dig in and maybe, just maybe, I'm going to share with some of my friends. This is Chef Mark in the Monogram kitchen at the Hearth Oven. Thanks for tuning in. Oh, am I going to eat this? Oh. Hey Chef, can I have a piece? No, I just said that for the video to be nice. Get out of here.